Hello everyone, welcome to GoTarryn TV. This is Dr. T, PhD, the prodigy of sports psychology, and I'm excited here today to tell you that I have the honor and privilege and pleasure of welcoming back a returning guest from Glow, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. She'll be on here momentarily. Before she arrives, I'd like to ask everyone out there if you'd please be so kind as to like this video, leave us a comment, and share it with all of your friends and family out there. Now we have from Glow, Hollywood returning back here on today's episode. That's right, Hollywood is coming back onto GoTarryn TV today, and she's going to be telling us what's going on in her world of including Glow events and her autobiography that she's almost completed and finished with, and her soap company, and so much more that she's going to share with us. Everything going on in the world of Hollywood, and it's just exciting because we get to bring her on here. So Hollywood, aka Jeanne, will be here momentarily, and I'm so excited and thrilled to bring her here to you. So we'll have her here in just a few moments. And remember, with GoTarryn Health and Fitness, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. We'll be right back.
Doctor, I love it.
It's been a while, so how's life and how's everything? You know, I guess since pre-pandemic, you and I have chatted, right?
Yeah, it was 2019. I was kind of looking back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think things are after the pandemic, they're coming along.
Good.
I'm excited about finally. I've talked about this Glow autobiography for a very long time.
Yeah, that was the first thing I was going to ask you about.
God dang. And finally, because the pandemic threw everything off. So, and then trying to and I have someone writing it for me because they're just better at articulating the words better than I am. It's easier for me to write some of it and record some of it. And so, and I'll say it in there. I don't really think that the book, even if it was to come out that 2019 or 20, there's so much time has gone by. I wasn't ready to tell all these other stories.
Yeah, it was meant to be. When did you start on the autobiography? How long ago?
God. You know what? You're going to say what a flake you are, because I started like before 2010. So this has been something, this is like, I guess like a bucket list for me, but not to say it's a bucket list, but it's just something that I've been wanting to tell. And since I did the pilot and all 4 seasons, I think it would be more valid and have a lot of credibility coming from someone who did all of those seasons.
Yeah.
And I don't see anybody else who's got it out. So it's, I think taking your time and adding to it and growing older, you have a different aspect on certain topics and things, and maybe being a little more mature, to get some better things out there. So I'm excited about it. I'm super excited. And I have a great ghostwriter. Dan Murphy is awesome. So anyway, I'm excited about it. Yeah, and you and I haven't talked. I've got another comic book that came out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a wrestling comic book. I wrote a foreword for another writer's book. John Cosper had a little book that came out and asked me to do the foreword for it. So,
Very cool.
I'm trying to get into the book world. That's a whole nother, that's a different genre altogether than wrestling, and then there's a CBD company that asked me to be an ambassador for their little CBD rub for joints and aches and pains like us wrestlers get. So
Very cool.
yeah, and then of course I'm still doing all the different, I still have my company, I'm still wrestling, I'm doing the Comic-Cons, and I've been asked to do quite a few different wrestling conventions, which I like to pick and choose, Taryn. I don't like to be overexposed on these, and I hate to say these tiny little ones, but after a while, you just kind of want to go, okay, I should come here. And I didn't go to CAC this year. Like, let them miss you for a little bit. I don't have to go to every single thing that's out there. Again, I
Yeah,
guess
that
that's
makes sense.
maturity, right?
Well, with your busy schedule, I don't know how you're able to manage to
Oh,
do all that. I mean, that's amazing.
plus my soap company. We'll talk about that too, how
That's
that came
another thing I
about.
wanted to ask you about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So see,
definitely.
there's a few things to catch up on besides
That,
Glow Netflix because that's what we had talked about, I think, way back in the day.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That was right at the beginning of that. And
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I had not kept up with that. Is that was just, was it 2 seasons?
They did 3 seasons and then they
Three.
ended
Okay.
it. At pandemic,
Uh,
they used the word the pandemic caused them to close down. But you know what? I heard that ratings weren't as big as they were. So I think they
mhm.
added all those things together and said, let's just shut it down after the third season. So I'm just
Mm,
glad,
mm.
I'm just happy that they were able to do 3 seasons. That's
Yeah.
tremendous. That to me is a
Well,
huge positive.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they not quite as best as the original, of course, which did a few more seasons than that, but still they tried, so
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah,
yeah,
I got to give them credit. But so,
absolutely.
Jane, back to the autobiography. Yeah, I know you're excited. What's the next steps for this to come to, final fruition, so to
Fruity.
speak?
Yeah. So, well, I think in 2 months we'll probably have everything done. And
Oh,
I
nice, nice.
that's why I'm so excited because, there's different ways of going about it. Do we go to the traditional route with the publishing because I had ECW at the time before pandemic, you know,
Hmm.
thinking, yes, we're going to do. They were still on the a little bit on the edge. Should we not? And since Dan was published with ECW for his book, and his book was, I have it here. I always forget what it is. Oh, where is it? It's that big giant. Oh, it's this one, The Sisterhood of the Squared Circle.
Oh, cool.
This is a great book.
Very
And
cool.
he did 3/4 of it with Pat LaPrade. And this is such a great book. And it talks about the legends and all the wrestlers. But since he had it in with ECW, we thought we'd go that route. And then I had a publisher in publishing house in New York City um, who were interested and they wanted a different format. So anyway, we're ready to like go either way. We'll try the publishing way or self-publishing is so popular.
Hmm.
It seems like everyone is getting a book and they really love the Amazon platform of
Mm-hmm.
the self-publishing and they say it's pretty simple and easy. So, and I do so many different wrestling conventions and comic cons that it's perfect just to have that on display and ready for our fans to buy and there'll be a
Yeah.
chapter with the fans which is super
Mm.
cool.
Oh, that's
uh
great.
yeah, so I have testimonials from so many different um people. It's very cool. And I'm honored to have a lot of people in the book who are
Hmm.
huge fans and tell their stories as well. So it's going to have a little bit of something for everybody. I think another chapter that I think is really important at this time is the chapter on social media and bullying and terrible things that people go through.
Hmm.
I think hiding behind these cameras, our computers and our cell phones, it's just made it more relevant. Like if you think about it, like when I was a kid, I didn't know that that was the word called bullying. So like seventh, eighth grade, I had, and I say it also in the book, there was bullying going on. I had braces, I had
Hmm.
curly hair, and the
Hmm.
best looking boy liked me, and I couldn't help that he liked me, but I got so much, crap from young girls telling me,
Mm.
oh, dream on, he doesn't like you. It was just so ugly. So I think, to tell a story for young kids, um, to keep your head up, don't let it get to you, keep moving on. Just people do it for a certain reason. We always know why people pick on other people.
Hmm.
You're either mean or you're jealous, you're insecure, you're this, you're that, but I think that chapter is very important to me, you
Mm.
know.
Mm.
So I think that's plus all the glow stuff and growing up, it's just, how did this young girl get from here to here? What did she, how did she decide to be a wrestler? How does that happen? Playboy magazine, and we talk about, being able to pose for that magazine without, I didn't have to say I want to be in this magazine. They came to us and
Mm.
the Married with Children stories. and the acting and the modeling. It'll all be in there, and I think it makes for a really nice read, for
Oh, that's
sure.
so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
The chapter you were just previously mentioning about the bullying and social media, that's a really great message that you're providing there, Jeanne, with, helping young people and these people that are in high school, and, not just girls, but obviously boys too.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
anybody's
men
getting
and
bullied. But
women.
yeah, yeah, but you're right. They have to go through so much. And I think that's tremendous that, you could kind of put that out there that I think definitely social media for sure puts kind of a gasoline on the fire, so to speak, with it kind of getting worse, where it's more prevalent, and people can do that. And you hear about these. Okay, I'm trying to remember her name. Forgive me, please, but it's the professional wrestling woman a couple years ago that died. She committed suicide. I think she wrestled under
Yeah,
the name Daphne. I
I
just don't
think
remember her
so.
real
The
name.
brunette, yeah, the brunette girl.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you remember
yeah.
that. I
Yes,
think
of
it
course.
was, yeah, yeah, that's the first thing that came to my mind when I thought about that. But yeah, it's just really a shame.
It is a
It's so
shame.
sad.
And I
Yeah.
know that some people aren't strong. I get it. I go, some people just, you know, certain things bother people a certain
Hmm.
way. And the same with me and you. There might be something that really gets under your skin, or, maybe the color purple. You don't like purple. Yeah. I'm just saying, and no one is perfect. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Hmm.
No one in this world is
Yeah.
perfect. Maybe a baby when it's born and our animals, but
Sure.
people are
Sure.
not perfect. We all make mistakes,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
We all do.
That's a good point.
Um,
Yeah.
you know, but I think it's important to talk about it. I have a friend, I worked for his store. I did a meet and greet, and he has a child that's different, or it's not different, but just, is going through issues. And they have meetings all the time. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
because would you speak? Would you please speak? I am no expert, so I can't say when I go and speak about it.
Hmm.
I don't have a PhD, but I'm just speaking from the heart,
Yeah.
and being someone who was bullied themselves, and still today people still pick on me. It's just, it's hard, and I know it hurts more than you can imagine. But at the end of the day, you know why people do what they do, and I always try to say, be kind. I when I cut up my soap and do my soap, I go, what's the most important thing, everybody? That's right, try to be kind to one another, because it goes such a long way just to be nice and to smile, you know?
Hmm.
Takes more
Hmm.
effort to be mean,
Yeah,
right?
that's a good point. Gene, I think that the last couple of years of the pandemic probably also got to people. People were staying inside and getting depressed and
Yeah,
isolated, feeling like they're quarantined, they can't get with their friends. And I think that
right.
probably hit a lot of people with depression. And, we probably saw that a lot.
Contributed.
Just, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
there's definitely
We
something there.
did see it a lot. It was just more in the public.
Hmm.
I think exercise is good.
Hmm.
Clearing your
Hmm.
mind out, get out and walk, do something,
Yeah.
because when you do that, you feel so much better.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
certainly.
my outlet, like making soap, that whole thing, Hollywood Botanica came before the pandemic. I decided, well, I would like to make soap, because I was looking at some of the different soap that I would see in stores, and I'd smell it and I'd look at it. So I decided to buy some books and look up some videos. And boy, it is not, some people go, oh, it's so easy to make soap. No, it's not easy to make soap, because there's so many. Yes, you can put the ingredients together. Yes, you can mix it up, but are you doing it at the right temperature? Do you have the right
Mm.
percentages?
Huh.
What is it? Because it took, even though I could, after quite a few times, but you're really not a professional till after 2 years. And I've been doing it now for 3.5 years. And
Cool.
again, this was before the pandemic, and it's just something that I love. I get off the road, I'm, I, or signing autographs, and you're on all the time. And you know what? You just want to come home and just be Jeannie, just be yourself and be calm, cool. And some people like to read, some people like to bake. I like to make soap. It's very calming for me. So now we're getting into the holidays, so where I'm making my Christmas soap. I've already sold
Oh,
out of all.
nice.
Right. We haven't even had Halloween yet, or Thanksgiving, but I'm sold out of that and starting on my Christmas. It's fun. It's a
Oh,
it's a very fun outlet.
that is so cool. can you kind of give us a little just idea of what the Christmas soaps might be in store for, Jeannie? Like, I'm kind of curious.
So I like to call them names. So the first one that I just made was, what did I call it? Frosted pine cones. So that's going to be the ingredients, by the way, and all of the soaps are all the same. It's organic coconut oil, olive oil, shea butter, and castor oil.
Oh,
That's
wow.
it.
Nice.
That's it.
Very, very
That's
nice.
what's in those. You don't have any preservatives in any of this. So I want to add.
Wow.
Of course, you need sodium hydroxide to make soap and distilled water. So those are the only ingredients in it. And then I'll add some mica, some colorant. But frosted pine cone is lovely. They'll smell like a Christmas tree. And then yesterday I did Christmas tree, and those colors are white, red, and green. And then we have, I don't have one on me, darn it, because did I bring them up here? Let me look. I have one. Can I go get it real quick?
Oh, please. Yeah, let's take a look.
Hold on.
I'd love to see it. Yeah.
Frosted pine cone is coming.
It's a cool name. I like that.
Well, it smells like pine cones, kiddo. Okay, so check this out.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah, that looks
it's
very,
kind of
nice.
cool looking.
I love the design. Yeah.
See the design, and then this here is also the soap. So you pipe it like you would pipe cupcakes.
Huh.
So it's like it's piping, but it is made with soap. And then I put a little star on top of it. This one, I love this.
Amazing.
I know, right? This is fall leaves for the fall.
It's pretty. Wow.
Yeah. And then I have regular ones too that are just basic soap. Like Ryan, my significant other, he is like, which one can I take? And I'm like, okay, you have to ask me which soap because I'm selling out, because he likes to grab a soap. But I have regular soap, and they come in all different scents. So and I do very well during the holidays. So I thank all of my, and this is not anything that I am trying to get rich. It's a hobby, and it's something that I enjoy. So this is just it's a little side gig that I enjoy doing. And so
Jeannie,
people
that's
like
amazing.
it. Yeah, and it's called HollywoodBotanica.com, and Hollywood Botanica is spelled with a K at the end, not a C. But it makes, as you can see, it makes me happy and it makes me smile.
Absolutely. Yeah. I totally agree that I think anything you're passionate about, which clearly it looks like you are on the soaps, then the success comes with it naturally. I mean, absolutely. When you believe in something. And I thought the name's so cool, but I love the look of it too. The design is just, did you kind of create that yourself?
Okay, so this is what you do when you are pouring in. That's another thing you have to learn. These designs happen naturally. So, but you have to pour it in a certain way, and that's a whole other thing you have to learn. You can't just pour in. You have to be a little creative, and that comes with, again, all the due diligence that I do by looking at on someone else's podcast. But I've learned through trial and error. One of my friends in high school said, I'd like to teach some elderly people soap making class. So I tried to give her as many tips, and she said, oh my God, the first one was too hard. So it's not that simple. It takes some time to do. Some people are better than others, I guess, but I love it. It's a fun thing. And I forgot to show you. So John Crowther, by the way, going back again to the comic book. This is great. This is like a bio.
Great.
It's a bio comic, and John Crowther, who's very, very cool and very nice,
that looks
wrote
awesome.
it.
Very nice. Wow, gosh.
Yeah. Yep. So I sell these at the conventions. I took one of my favorite matches, which was against the Farmer's Daughter, the very first Farmer's Daughter, which Becky Mullen played the character Sally the Farmer's Daughter, because those particular matches were so real. I know everybody wants to go, oh, everything is made up, everything is this and that, but boy, you and I might have talked about it, but when her and I got in the ring, because we went to the same high schools, woo, both of us wanted to win that match really, really, really bad. And we're 20 years old, and we definitely had. I wanted to beat her, and I'm playing a heel. Heels didn't usually always win, unfortunately. So, when I got to win, it was pretty super cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, certainly. Well, I got to give him credit on that comic that he captured. It's
Well, this
amazing
is
just how he.
Carlos Tron. Carlos
Okay,
Tron, excuse me,
okay.
is the artist. John Crowther
Wow,
wrote it, and
gosh.
I
Hmm.
did Daytona Beach Comic Con with them. I also the one thing that I had to add is this page right here will tell you the 12 original Glow Girls.
Oh,
I did
neat.
like I did a little you know what do you call it with my fans? I go, can you guys name the 12 original? Because the
Hmm.
12 original are only the ones that did the pilot. Everyone after that are cast members of the original show. But
Hmm.
you've
Hmm.
got Vine, myself, you have Matilda the Hun, Tammy Jones, you've got Tina and Ashley, Salt and Pepper, the California Doll, Americana, Spanish Red, and the Royal Hawaiian. Those are your
Huh.
first 12 original Glow Girls.
Very cool. Wow.
Yeah. And without those 12 original, you wouldn't have the show GLOW. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we
Mm-hmm.
all stepped in there not knowing what we were going to do. We didn't know. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
follow pro wrestling. I knew nothing, Taryn, about it other than my grandfather watching it. And I remember, you know, I'm older than you, but I'm not that old. But I remember black and white. I don't know why black and white men, not black and white TV,
Mm-hmm.
and men in small little, trunks. I was just like, Grandpa, what are you watching? And he would watch all kinds of sports, but yeah, I didn't know anything about it other than seeing Grandpa watch it on TV. And I'm kind of glad that I went into that field because going through auditions for TV and movies,
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot more competition. I mean, being out of California, there would be 20 people of me, so nabbing this and being, I thought I'm going to continue to do the wrestling because this is what I'm good at. This is what I excel at. And that's why I continue to do it once Glow ended. And then all the Comic Cons would come out. So, being asked to sign at a wrestling con where people, remember the show is it's such an honor, really. And to meet all of our fans,
Oh
it's
yeah.
great. It's
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really great. Yeah, I'm
Certainly.
very lucky. I'm very lucky. Let me just tell
Yeah.
you,
It was a
humbled,
wonderful concept. Yeah. I mean,
totally
Glow, the
right.
original was just awesome.
Yep.
There's nothing that's been like that since, and I don't think that'll ever be. The old saying, "Often imitated but never duplicated." It certainly
Uh-huh.
applies to
True.
that.
But
But
you never know. That's all
hmm
I'm gonna say. You never know.
oh, okay, okay. Well, yeah.
I
I
can.
mean,
That'll be part two of this next year. In 2023, we might have some more to talk about. You know.
oh, very cool. Absolutely. Well, I also wanted to ask you, Hollywood. You mentioned about the video game too before
Oh
we
my
got
God,
on, and
I forgot
that was
to
another
mention
thing.
that. Sure.
Hmm.
So in 1993, Taryn, I was not in Glow, obviously. I was modeling in a place in Glendale, California. And
Uh-huh.
someone came up to me and asked me, would you mind working on, okay, this is an old game. It's called the CD03 or something
Uh-huh.
platform. It was just a video game, very
Uh-huh.
old format. Okay.
Okay.
It was called Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. And I'm like, sure. So I played this character named Jane. Um, and Jane goes through the motions. I guess if you are a video player, you ask, is Jane going to do A or does Jane do B? So the player got to say which thing, and then we would act those parts out. Um,
Oh.
so now if you go to YouTube and you put in Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, so I'm telling you about this game in 1993,
Huh.
but it got so much positive and negative reviews that if you go to the Angry Bird Video Nerd, there is over 8.9 million views of this
Oh.
particular game.
Oh
Now,
wow.
now Limited Run Games, which is another company, Limited Run decided to buy it. And just as of recently, we talked about it 2 years ago, and finally, they're redoing it, but we're going to have me do a brand new opening And also, I'm doing some voiceovers for it, and then I'll be going to some of the Comic Cons for that particular game and
Oh,
selling that
cool.
video. So now we have a revamp, sort of. It'll still be the same 1993, but it will have myself and a couple of the other actors doing some narrating in between. So I'm kind of excited about it just because, but I sent somebody over there and I just couldn't believe there was 8.9 million views. So
Wow.
that
Oh
Glow
gosh.
doesn't even get that many views.
Yeah,
I've
gosh.
gone back to
Oh.
some of our YouTube videos, and so that is something you never know what you do in your past or present, which might come back again, like our
Hmm.
Glow Netflix show, like having us come back. Again, I'm so humbled and grateful to, I love this life. This life has been really good,
Yeah.
except
Yeah.
breaking my leg. Okay, except for when I broke my leg. That was not cool.
Oh gosh. Yeah, definitely.
It
No
is
one would
what it
enjoy
is.
that.
It's what it is. It is what it is when you are an athlete. It happens
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
I'll bet, I think we've talked about that in the past too, that you can appreciate now looking back on it that it probably was a good thing when it happened, because now when you look back on it, it brought you all the other experiences that brought you here today, right?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. And then getting back with you again because it's been so long.
Yeah, yeah, certainly. I'm so happy, again, we've reconnected.
Me
I'm
too,
excited.
honey.
Yeah, because again, I'm so happy you can get me caught up to speed, in terms of Glow and all the other events
Yeah.
going on, because I've been kind of distant from it. But what else in the world of Glow, from here to the rest of the year, kind of is going on for 2022 and
Sure.
then leading into
Sure.
2023?
Right. So I'm working in Indiana. There is a wrestling convention called Heroes and Legends. So I'll
Oh,
be
cool.
signing
Okay.
Heroes and Legends right before Halloween. That'll be
Oh,
October
neat.
28th and 29th. So I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for inviting me. You
Very
guys are
cool.
awesome. Thank you, Dan. After that, we have LA Comic Con, which we do every year.
Hmm.
And they are so kind to let the Glow girls there. Well, I'm going to try to get some new faces. We kind of have the same faces every year. Of course, I invite everybody. Not everybody likes to do a convention. So people
Hmm.
will ask me, where's Vine? Where's this one? Where's that one? Well, don't think that we didn't ask because I try to ask everybody. So I've
Yeah.
got myself and Vine. Little Feather might come, Godiva might come out. I mean, we'd love to see these faces. Not everybody likes to do them or is available to do them.
Sure. Yeah.
Palestina, we'd love to have Palestina. Oh my God, she was awesome. So those would be the two events that I will be doing this year, and then we get into 2023, and that's going to be promoting the book and going on
Oh,
some
yeah.
book tours. So once that happens, I will post all of that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm
Yeah,
excited about that. Yeah.
yeah, me too.
Janie, let me ask you about the book real quick too, because I do so much traveling where I'll be honest, I don't sit and I can't have time to read a book generally because I do a lot of audiobooks. I rely on them. So just for personal interest, to be greedy for a second, do you plan on doing an audiobook for yours as well?
I'd love to, and that is a great question. So I say yes, yes, yes to all of the above.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
platforms, I talked about that with my book mentor, Bob
Okay.
Harris, and
Hmm.
we talked about that. So, yes, whatever, again, just to talk about, I think it's sometimes easier to listen, to follow along. I get bored. So, me trying to read this whole book right here, that's not, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm also a great fan of James Patterson, and James Patterson just came out with a new book about his life. And the cool thing about the way he has formatted it, it's short chapters. So
Oh,
people like
okay.
myself who are reading but thinking about something else at the same time, I know that ADD comes in on a lot of people. Short chapters is simple, easy. That way you can put it down. So I'd
I
like
like
to.
that. Yeah.
So do I. So again, the audio is better, but if we do short chapters to keep everybody, long boring ones, I'm sorry, I can't follow. I'm not the best of the readers. Again, that's why I have somebody helping me with my book, because that is what they do best. So we leave that to our helpers that are helping
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the book itself, Jeannie. You may have mentioned. I just don't know, but how big? How many pages roughly is it going to be
Well,
at the end?
so I'm cool with over
Oh,
225.
okay.
That's not a
Yeah.
lot, but
Okay.
225 is enough. But then I'm
Okay.
going to be putting, and it might be more than that because we were looking at 80,000 words. 80,000 words is way more.
Okay.
Way,
Okay.
I know that we've been talking about that. So see, it'll definitely be over that, but I'm going to have a lot of photos. I'm trying to put in photos that you guys haven't seen. So when I'm
Hmm.
posting, like way back Wednesday or throwback Thursday, flashback Friday, I'm trying not to add the stuff because
Oh, right.
I want you guys to see something different in the book, what you haven't seen before.
Yeah. 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 Certainly. And
Like
I know that.
I've got some heavy metal sisters
Oh,
that no
neat.
one's ever seen. Some of the photos of them, which is kind of cool, and and Vine and I that you haven't seen, and Matilda the Hun. Kind of behind the scenes stuff, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that is great. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a true collector item because,
I
I
think
think,
so.
yeah, it really will. I mean, I will love to
And
read
wait
it
till you see
myself
the
too.
cover. I have ideas for the cover. You know what
Okay.
I mean? So
Yeah.
it'll stand out for sure.
Yeah. 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 It sounds like you've gotten some
Absolutely.
really good help too
I
in
do
building
have
these
good
things.
help. I'm
So,
so lucky that I have
hmm
surrounded myself around very positive, good people. And it also helps to
hmm
do due diligence. I mean, if you want a good book or if you want
uh,
something good, you got to shop around. You got to look. You can't, it does
yeah.
not, nothing comes to you. You got to go out there.
Yeah.
You can't just sit there and wait because you'll wait forever.
hmm But
We
that's
all
the good
know
thing.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we all know. I mean, just you have to go grab it. You have to be proactive, and it's a good thing. You're definitely a lot like me in terms of being type A and just being very taking the initiative and not
Yeah.
waiting, just doing it because
Yeah. Oh, it's
other
so easy to
that's
be a procrastinator, isn't it?
yes, it is, and I just sometimes don't have the time to be a procrastinator. So I guess I won't get around to
Exactly.
that. Yeah,
Exactly.
but
Um,
no, that's again with everything you've got going on, that it's just exciting, and it's so busy, and I just can't believe it. So what about the holidays for yourself, in pacing yourself? Do you already have your holiday schedule knocked out where you're
Yeah, I have
traveling and
to. Oh my gosh, I
yeah.
have to because I'm on the
Hmm.
road as we speak. I just got back yesterday from Philly. Next week is California, so I'm 3 days
Oh,
there.
oh
And then the
gosh.
week after that is Indiana. The week after
Oh
that, we're trying to remember. Oh, I'm in Chicago, November 2nd. And then
gosh.
after that, I go back to California. And then we go into the Christmas holidays. So I think this year everything will be where I'm at.
Okay.
um, but I've already booked January and February for Los Angeles already. I mean, oh, and I'm
Hmm.
sorry, I have to go do the Plumbers Don't Wear Ties because we are
Hmm.
shooting in December. So
Oh,
I'm like,
cool.
okay, you guys, you have this 7, 8, and 9 of December, and you've got
Oh,
15, 16, 17 of December. And then we get into the holidays. So I'm
oh.
like, please pick one of those so we could get it done. So
Wow.
right now I'm pretty slammed, but being
Yeah.
slammed is good.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, definitely. I like to have a busy schedule
Then you
too.
have to find time to work out. So I
Yeah.
am an advocate of that. If I don't go to the gym, if I don't get any exercise in, I am very guilty. So I plan that, and then you've got your appointments. I got to do my
Mhm.
nails. I got to do that. You got to be presentable. You have to keep up of keeping yourself up as well.
Yeah.
Diet, the diet. Oh my gosh. Do I want to have pizza today? Oh yeah, that's okay. I'll have pizza and I'll be good tomorrow. Because I like to eat bad as well, but I've been trying to be on a better, cleaner kick. I'm lucky because I have good genes. That
Mhm.
is, I'm very blessed. Very blessed. Some people
That
have to
certainly
really
helps.
work. It does. Some people have to really work at it. I work at it like this. When you get older, when you're young, you don't have to work at it at all. And then you get older, and you have to work out a little more, a little more, a little more. But you just stay up on it, and you're good.
Yeah, you look great, Jeannie. I mean, again,
Thank you.
just yeah, seriously, you look wonderful. So
So
whatever
do
you're
you. You
doing,
have not changed. You haven't changed either.
Yeah, I got the same kind of t-shirt, sunglasses, and in the car like usual.
I
So
love it.
nothing much has
That's your
changed.
MO. That's
Exactly. This is my
I love it.
office.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, I do that in my office sometimes, but today you got the office. You got the Hollywood office today.
It's a cool layout in the back. I like that. Yeah, that is
Thank you.
very professional, very nice, very good design. And
Thanks.
Jeannie, 30 minutes with you, just again, I knew it was going to feel like nothing, like just 30 seconds basically. We covered so much, and I'm so
Thank you.
grateful to you. Yeah, no, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to do this and get caught up. And if
I'm
you're
glad we
available
did.
next month, yeah, please let me know. I know you got the crazy schedule, so if we can meet in November and do another one of these, because
That'd be great.
again, we've kind of scratched the surface, and as we get closer to the book too, I definitely want to get my hands on it and read
Okay.
that too when it comes out. So, but
Awesome.
before I let you go, if it's okay, can you go ahead and just let's go ahead and plug again whatever you want to plug, your contact,
Sure.
websites, things like that,
Yeah,
and
I'd
we'll
love
close
that.
out here.
I'd love that. If everybody is on Instagram, it is official Glow Hollywood. If you are a Twitter person, it's at Glow Hollywood. If you're into the soap, it's Hollywood Botanica on Instagram. Uh, what do they say? Facebook for the older people? Hollywood Productions or Jeanne Basone. Is it? I'll be in Indiana, Fort Wayne, Indiana, October 28th and 29th for Heroes and Legends, and December 2, 3, and 4 is the Los Angeles Comic Con. So we look forward to seeing you. And that's about it. Thank you for having
Wonderful.
me, Taryn.
Oh, my pleasure. Hollywood, Jeannie, you're the best. And again, keep glowing. And as we fade to black, put contact information on the screen. And again, let's do this again next
All
month,
right.
please.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much for having me. Have a great day and a good weekend.
You too. Thank you so much. And here
All
comes
right,
your
honey.
contact info again.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks.